leg yield's one of the building blocks for the lateral work for me, for my horse. I start the beginnings of this on a circle like I do on the groundwork. I'm going to do a little circle around to my left and then just see if I can get his shoulders to step out. So just get in time with the inside front leg. And I've opened my outside rein a little bit just to give him some space, and just pushing him out, and then back around. So why I work on the shoulder first with this exercise is a lot of horses get really stiff and straight right through their vertebra in the neck, and this helps me get them to soften through the neck. So now I've shifted my balance, we're going around to the right. I've put my weight on the right side a little bit. I've got his flexion to the right. And as I go away from the camera, I'm going to push him out with the right front, right front, right front. So that's just moving his shoulders. Not worried so much about the angle, like if you're doing shoulder in or out, you'd be pretty important that your angle was dead right. With this, as long as I get him to do more with the front than the back, like just get his shoulders to move, then that's a good prerequisite for a leg yield. I'm going to bring him around to the right. So every time what I'm doing is, when I do this, every time I change flexion on my horse, change direction, I always push him around, change his flexion. So I've pushed his body out now to his right before I take his body or his nose to the left to bring him around to the left. So that's what this helps me with. If I can push his shoulder across, then every time I go to change directions, I've got some tools that I can use to make sure that he doesn't drop his shoulder. So, you know, we could even use this, well, I do use this an awful lot to help a horse not drop his shoulder. And what I mean by dropping his shoulder is have his head and neck even bent away from the direction I'm traveling, and have him coming across with his shoulders before his nose. So if I asked him to do that, that would be a counter bend. If he does it without me asking, then we usually say he's dropping his shoulder. So now the next part of this is, if I can put my leg back further and try and get the hind to sort of do a little more, and when it feels like all four legs are reaching sideways, I might even have to slow his front a little, don't have my hands pushing him out with the shoulder so much, then that feels like the leg yield that I'd like to work on. My leg yields in my mind are a bend, the same bend as you had on the circle, but all four legs stepping sideways the same amount. So he's not doing more with the hip or more with the shoulder. All four legs are reaching out. And then you can use that a lot, you know, if you get near on the trail or another horse is being cranky with you, rather than pull the nose away and leave the hindquarters behind, which is what happens, you know, if somebody's alongside me on the right and I pull his nose to the left, his hip could turn into that horse. So if somebody's in trouble, I can just drift my horse sideways out of trouble, don't get him kicked and don't get somebody else kicked. If my horse is being cranky, then I need to be able to do that with my horse, to just push him out of the way. So leg yield is a submissive maneuver that can help you with a lot of safety. Once I have that at the walk, then of course I'll see if it falls apart at the trot. So if I push him up into the next speed, I've got him going around to the right with flexion to the right, right hands in time with the right front along with my right leg. And if he's really struggling, I could help him with the outside rein to help his left front step away, which is something that's okay at the beginning, but as soon as he knows what he's doing, I wouldn't want to keep doing that. So that's my leg yield. I can do that at the canter too, at all gaits, but it's just something that shows you your horse is fairly soft from his nose to his tail, because it's not just a bend in the neck, it's a whole body bend, and all four legs reaching the same amount is the key to that. Well, I'm around horses watching what's available to me, and it became obvious a long time ago that people are not really aware of what's available to them in the horse they already own. And we all have that, if only we had a great horse, then we could have a good time with them. But every horse has the potential to do some amazing things, and I see my job as helping people understand how to unlock that potential in their horses.